Alright, so what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? 17 behind us. Wild card weekends this weekend. I think instead of 4 games, we get 6. No, adding a 17. I think they're talking about adding an 18. I think 7 is fine. For the fans, is great. For the players, it must suck. Only having one team with a bye first round. But before I get started on the actual video, I wanted to let you know I am in the middle of rebranding. That is the new there. Everything else here is getting out. Twitter, name change already. Almost at 1,000 followers. Happy about that. My goals that I put for last year. I don't know if I hit all of it. We're on our way. 67 subs. Would like to hit 100. I'm gonna say this year. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Hopefully sooner than later. Appreciate everybody that is currently subbed, that watch the videos. If you actually watch it, appreciate it. Feel free to give me feedback down below in the comment section. If you're actually listening. But about week 17. This is seedings 1 through. As predicted, Chiefs. I think I said Bills. Because I already knew the Steelers weren't going to play their starters. I actually had Tennessee possibly losing, and it almost happened. Yeah, and then I actually had who did I have losing? I'm pretty sure I had Miami making it. It's a shame Miami didn't make it, but I think COVID attacked again and caught Fitzpatrick. I would have liked to see Fitzmagic in the postseason. But let's go over the games for the AFC side. It was a slow start for Buffalo. I think their first 2 possessions, turnovers. Basically, as you can see here, they didn't score until the second quarter, and they went off. I think the score was 3-0 after the first. It was a shaky start. What a 6. Really good. We can go over the teams in order of seeds. So you can talk about the Chiefs. I already said they were going to lose to the Chargers because they were resting their starters. You can see Herbert, Justin Jackson, and all top 3 performers. Chiefs already had a pretty suspect defense, so they gave up 38 points to Herbert, who pretty good. 7-9 for a rookie, and they're already notoriously known for losing one possession game. They're already known for losing one score games, and they lost a lot of one score games this year. So they can be pretty good next year. They still have talent on. And if Eckler is actually healthy for them. But the Chiefs, win or lose, still the best record in the NFL, top seed of the AFC. We already went over Bills. Next is the Browns and Steelers. Mason Rudolph played. No Big Ben. I honestly think Rudolph played better than Big Ben probably would have anyway. And I think, Steelers nothing to lose, so I guess that kind of helped with the pressure he was going to have throughout the game. Nothing to lose. Win or lose, you're not starting, so let it loose. 300 yards, that's pretty good. I think it was there's the backups on defense. So I don't know. I think the Browns obviously they feel good about making the playoffs for the first time since 2002. I don't remember, but we did it against the second string. I don't know who feels better about this game. They lose the Browns, only lose by 2. Very important game for the Browns with your backups, and I think you play them again wildcard round. So, right? Yeah, the 3-6. It's 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. Yeah. So, gotta see them again. And if anything, the Steelers learned more about you than the Browns about the Steelers. But they play twice a year, so I'm pretty sure they both know enough about each other since they're playing 3rd time this year. Not sure how often that actually happens in the postseason. Like, per season, we play a team 3 times in a year. The last time that happened, Cowboys and Eagles, I think was Romo's like first postseason win or something like that. And then Giants Cowboys 7. Care about Vikings. What's his next? Titans. Congrats to Derrick Henry. 2K rushing yards. I honestly thought they were going to go into overtime and he was going to break the record. But hell of a throw from Tannehill. I don't know what it is with everybody and not playing man deep in situations where they could only beat you going deep. That's like 3 to 4. That's like 4 weeks in a row. You leave somebody one-on-one on the outside with no help over the top. 4 weeks in a row. All right, we got Raiders, Jets. Raiders again, but on the other end against Fitzmagic. Total 4 weeks. 3. And Titans. Titans, Texans. Let's say the Texans were going to play spoiler. They almost did. But clutch win by them. Tannehill showing he could play. And Derrick Henry. 8 yards. Might have stole the MVP from Aaron Rodgers. 2K rushing yards and I think 17 touchdowns. So, shout out to Derrick Henry. 2 years in a row. I just think for the rushing title back-to-back years, give him MVP. So, at that point. Who did the Ravens play? The Bengals. Yeah, 33 blowout. Everybody saw this coming. The only thing I don't like is that I don't know how long Lamar Jackson played, but not a fan of this stat line here. But at that point, who cares, right? He's good for 3 touchdowns. I don't know. They have a good rushing attack. Is that they just have to improve the passing attack for them to be a legitimate threat. My opinion. Then there's the Colts and the Jaguars. Game really wasn't really close. And the closest it got was like what, 7, 20 to 14. But there wasn't at any moment where we thought the Jaguars were going to, especially with Glenn at quarterback, like Jonathan Taylor. Like, that stat line, 30 for 253 and 2 touchdowns, ridiculous. Or Miami, man, all that just to 10-6 just to lose. What I didn't like was people already saying, because the Dolphins got the 3rd pick from Houston, and I guess I don't remember the receiver's name they got from Miami for a 1st round pick. Kenny Stills? Is that it? Kenny Stills? Everybody's saying that they got to take a quarterback with the number 3 pick. Whatever happened to letting a quarterback develop for more than a year? Right? It took Josh Allen 2 years to even be good. Because he wasn't good last year, and he was horrible his rookie year. What happened to letting him develop? Holmes wasn't like amazing in his first year, in his first few games. Nobody was. Even if they were good, they had struggles. Maybe if you built around Tua, because they're not built around Tua, they're built around they were just building. So close that. So I don't agree with them taking a QB with the 3rd pick. Like, start building around Tua. And if he doesn't show any kind of progress, still got more picks. Like, he's got more picks to work with. Like, they're loaded picks. Girl. So now back to the NFC. Or to the NFC. It kind of went as not as expected. Not as expected. Wrong with. Well, I got Green Bay right. I got the Saints right. I had all 4 of these teams winning. Right? I said I got the 5 seeds. What I had different was I had Bears up here, Cardinals here. I had the Cardinals beating the Rams. But then obviously you saw first quarter of the game, Kyler Murray goes out, and then at that point is whose backup QB was better, who had the better defense. We already know the Rams got a better defense. I've seen terrible QBs play pretty well with DeAndre Hopkins. It's just not really hard. Just throw it up to him. I've seen Larry Fitzgerald play well with bad quarterbacks. Throw it in his general area. I saw the pick. I don't even know the dude's name. Yeah, I don't know who Wolford is, but he did pretty good. Granted, he threw a pick, and clearly he can run. Look at the box score. Yeah, I don't know who this is. But the pick that he threw was nowhere near whoever he was throwing it to. 10 carries. Like, if he can go 21 for 34, I think you can give him more than 10 carries. DeAndre Hopkins, 4 catches, but how many targets were thrown his way? I don't know who these two guys are. I don't even know if Fitzgerald even played because he doesn't even have a catch. And just looking at the box score, you could already see what went wrong. Like, at that point, for anybody coming in, like, you could even, like, right, you could even see it here. Please go. Bro. I mean, yes, miscommunication, right? They clearly didn't see the same thing. I don't... Let me go back. I think he rushed to throw a little bit. But, I mean, obviously it looked out of sync because, like, he wasn't, you know, they weren't ready. There's no chemistry. But at the same time, it's me? Yeah, I got DeAndre Hopkins out there. I'm going to give him at least 2 or 3 shots. 2 or 3 shots. Like, jump ball situations, right? DeAndre's out there one-on-one. Let's throw it. It works. Right? At that point, 7-5. About to go into halftime 7-5. You're struggling to move the ball. If you see man-to-man with DeAndre Hopkins, I'm going to test it. Like, it's worked in Houston before with DeAndre Hopkins. Before Deshaun Watson, right? They had, like, a carousel at quarterback. I think it was, like, 4 different starting quarterbacks. DeAndre Hopkins had over 100 yards receiving. And some of the games I'm just watching, and they're just throwing it up there. Go get it, DeAndre. We know you can get it. Got the height, the vertical, the speed, the hands. Just let him catch it. And then again, like, if you're already struggling to pass the ball, you don't have starting quarterback, you don't got your starting receivers, like Browns did last week against the Jets. Yes, 10. Maybe that's not good, but 10 carries, 10. I don't agree. Somebody said last week that the Jets stopped the run, but bro, if you're only gonna run the ball 15 times, it's not enough. I don't know. That's just not enough. 10, that's not enough. Especially when this guy here, 21 carries. 21. Yes, 34 yards. That's not good at all. Like, they stopped the run. But they kept trying it because passing the ball 30 times, maybe that would have been 50-something times had they not ran the ball. That's throwing the ball 50-plus times when they lose is usually not a recipe for success. Proven time after time. Enough about that. Rams won. Their defense was just better than the Cardinals' defense, and their offense did just enough. Bears. I was watching it for a little bit. Yeah, it didn't really look close. Sure, going into the fourth quarter, the score was 21, but it never at all. Like you can tell, just the Packers just had the game the whole way. The scoreboard shows it's close, right? 21-16. But watching it just never looked close. But congrats to the Bears. They made it. They started 5-1, but they finished 8. They won. They were what, 5-7, and I had them dead. And then their offense exploded. Now they're in because the Rams, they had help, right? Sports is about getting lucky. They got lucky. But as I said about the Cardinals, I think it was a season too early. And this could be what they needed as motivation to be better next year. Hopefully, there's a preseason where they can develop chemistry and be better next year. In terms of the Bears, I don't know where they go from here. They have like no cap space because they picked up Jimmy Graham, they picked up Nick Foles, they spent a lot of money on their defense. So I don't know what they're gonna do next. I don't even know how they can make their team better. Depends what they're drafting. I hope they don't draft another tight end. They had like 8 tight ends last time I checked. To the Saints. 33-7. It was a blowout. Yeah, not much you can really say about that. Saints blew them out. They did what they had to do. I read somewhere here. I don't know where I saw it. The Panthers might take a quarterback in the draft, so Teddy Bridgewater is not guaranteed a starting spot next year. Here it is. It says he didn't say much about not having an offseason because he didn't want to. No, that's not it. I saw somewhere there that Teddy Bridgewater, it's not guaranteed he's going to be the starter next year on the Panthers. Bridgewater, which is fine. Like I said last week, I was never sold on Bridgewater. Everybody wanted Bridgewater as, like, let's pick up Bridgewater to be the starting quarterback. Like, why? What did he show you that he win? Nothing. Even when he last played in Minnesota, he was okay. He was serviceable. I was never wowed by him. His injury sucked. It destroyed his progression that he would have had. Maybe he would have been good at this point. But even now, I was ever like, damn, I want him. I will be going over at sometime this week, maybe next week. I will be doing a video on what I would like to see the Pats do in the offseason to retool, maybe start a rebuild a little bit. You will not be hearing me say I think we should pick up Bridgewater as a bridge quarterback for somebody else in the future. Nah. Anyway, moving along to the Seahawks. Flushed it out against the Niners. What was the score? Score was 9-6. And I tweeted out the Niners are going to play spoiler a second week in a row. Not that it mattered. The Seahawks are still the 3 seed after the same. So it didn't matter what happened after. But I was like, they're going to play spoiler 2 in a row. They beat the Cardinals. Now they're about to beat the Seahawks. And then the fourth quarter happened. Yeah. The rest is history. Tyler Lockett, I wish you did this for me 2 weeks ago. You're a little late. Needed you in fantasy. You let me down. 12 catches, 90 yards. That is 9 plus 12 is 12 is 30 points. Where was this? Anyway. This should be good motivation for them offensively. Erasing a 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter. But the Seahawks, right now, in my opinion, yes, they're 12-4. That's fantastic. But where they were in like the first quarter of the season to where they are now, they're not any better, in my opinion. They were like a top 3 offense, right? Somewhere along there. Like their offense was amazing. I don't know what's going on. Offense was amazing the first quarter of the season, and now there's just I don't know. No run game, stagnant passing game. I think their offense is pretty one-dimensional, so I think teams finally realize that. So Wilson's gonna have that clutch factor all game if they're gonna win. Who they playing this week? 3-6. So they're playing the Rams. I think the Rams, NFC West games are always close. Always one score. Usually like that team that makes that first strike on defense, that first defensive, right? That first turnover. Like let's look at when the Cardinals beat the Seahawks in overtime, right? It took a defensive game-changing play to win that game. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. Also, if Goff and Kupp come back, I don't know what the status is on that. I know Goff had the thumb injury and Kupp COVID, so I'm not sure what the protocol is on those two guys. But I guess we'll wait throughout the week and see. Washington, they beat the Eagles. Everybody's talking about whether the Eagles tanked or not. At this point, who cares? Everybody wants to do an investigation. Giant fans are salty as hell. Giant fans, you're 6-10. Let's be serious. I don't know. Maybe you don't suck and you make the playoffs. It's that simple. Why is everybody getting so upset that nobody said anything about Jacksonville or the Jets all year? Nobody. But we're mad at the Eagles for possibly tanking the last game of the season. Who cares? You're 6-10. You don't deserve to make the playoffs at all. At least Washington was. They would have been 6-10 as well if they lost. But they're 7-9. That's they're almost 500. Just be happy you're gonna get a better draft pick because you'd be up here. You won, but a shitty draft pick. I don't know why everybody's so upset. But no, we're okay with Minshew being benched for Glennon and go 1-15. No, we're okay with that, right? Let's not investigate Jacksonville. No, let's not investigate them. Give me a break. Brady did what he does. What else are we gonna say about that? We're used to this already, right? 44 points, 4 touchdowns. Antonio, okay, because I know Mike Evans went down. They said it wasn't a serious injury. I don't even know if he's gonna play. 11 for 138 and 2 touchdowns. Jesus. I gotta watch the highlights. I didn't watch the highlights. I might react to this game. I gotta react to this game, or at least I just gotta watch the highlights. I need to see 11 for 138. I didn't. That looks ridiculous. Especially since he's the number 3 or number 4, option on. Probably number 5. So you got Godwin, Evans, Gronk, running game. You already know Brady likes his slot receiver, so Scotty Miller. So we already talked about the Rams. We talked about the Bears. That's pretty much it there. Let's go over the matchups for this weekend. These are my picks. Wild card round. Do the Colts have enough on offense to keep up with the? I don't think so. I think it's time the Bills win a playoff game. I think it's time for an AFC East team other than the Patriots to win a playoff game. The Jets won one, but that was a long. Right? So I think it's time I see the Bills win a playoff game. So I'm gonna go with the Bills. Also, their offense is ridiculous. The last quarter of the season. Here, unless you know the status of anybody on the Rams, I'm gonna go Seahawks. I think Chris Carson is back, so that gives them another dimension to their offense. Wilson is just better than Goff, way better. Metcalf is better than Lockett's probably better than anybody that plays receiver for the Rams. That's 2 weapons. I don't even know if Ronald Jones is playing. Damn, he almost had 1,000 yards. This should be easy. Chase Young's already calling out Brady, something you don't want to do, especially for a team that barely beat. Was it 5-10-1? Really beat a 5-10-1 team. Calling out Brady, who does this. So I'm gonna go Bucks. I'm gonna say it's a blowout. I think this is going to be close. This might be a 2-score game. This might be a 3-score game. Don't be surprised. This gets ugly early. Ravens, Titans. I have the Titans as one of the biggest threats to the Chiefs in the NFC. Ravens don't have a passing attack. So I'm going to go Titans. Right? They have a better passing attack. Um, Derrick Henry's better than any running back the Ravens have. Right? I mean, I have Derrick Henry. I did my running back tier list a few days ago, so you can see that video, there too. But I have Derrick Henry as the best running back in the league. So obviously he's better than what the Ravens got. This should be easy. I have the Saints blowing out the Bears. The only way the Bears gotta create turnovers, right? They have too much talent on defense. The only way they win this game is if they create 2 or 3 turnovers. If not, I just don't see the Bears having enough to keep up tomorrow, and I think it's that. Sure, Montgomery's a beast too, but I think they're gonna focus in on Montgomery. They're gonna make Trubisky beat them passing the ball. I don't think Browns Steelers. As much as I was saying, this is the best chance the Steelers have of winning a Super Bowl because they don't gotta run into Patriots. This might be a trap game for them, where they're looking forward to. Maybe they're not looking too into the Bears, the Browns. Maybe they think, Frank, they've already beaten them earlier in the year. I guess when they were both at full strength. I don't know. I gotta see. Can I even look at next week? No, I can't look at next week. Oh wait, I can look at. Okay, I can see. It'll be 3. Oh, Steelers against Buff. Okay, so the winner of that plays Buffalo. You know what? This is gonna be my first upset of the postseason. I got Browns over the Steelers. Browns over the Steelers. I think Baker shuts up all the doubters and wins this game. That's what I think. That's what I would like to see. I do think the Steelers are the better football team. Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Schuster. There's just too many Pittsburgh side of the Pittsburgh's offense. And Big Ben has that playoff experience already. He knows how to get it done. But I think Baker and Chubb, Team Hunt, I think they get it done. That's what I think. That's what I would like to see. I think for a more entertaining team, I think people want to see Bills and right? I think that'd be more. We already see the Bills beat up on the Steelers. We've seen that already. We don't want to see that again. I want to see Bills Browns. That's what I want. So those are my picks. Unless something changes, COVID, somebody gets hurt. I don't see any of that happening. So until that happens, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you disagree, where you agree, what you would like to see. Like and subscribe. Like I said in the video, 100 subs. That's the goal for now. Leave me any kind of feedback. I'm still new to this YouTube thing. Still trying to find ways to make videos instead of I don't know how much y'all like hearing me rant. But till then, peace.